I'm Howard Hale. Thanks for joining us for the Cattleman's Corner. I'll be back with the day's guest right after this.
You've heard us talk about Ag Market Online and how it's growing and changing every day. Now we've shortened the name and made it even easier to find on the web at agsearch.us. It's also easier to find the best ag businesses in the country by state or even by specific type of ag business. And the best news is that it's now easier than ever to get involved and start getting more exposure for your business. Visit agsearch.us to learn more. Now here's a classic from the late Howard Hale with Dr. Temple Grandin.
Dr. Grandin, when we're handling cattle, does it make any difference whether we're using four-wheelers or horses or whatever to get them moved?
I think four-wheelers can be just fine. It doesn't matter whether it's on foot, four-wheelers, or horses. It's how you do it. The thing you got to remember is that the animal's a visual thinker. So a man on foot, a man on a horse, and a man on a four-wheeler, that's treated as three totally brand new things. So you need to make sure that when you first introduce that four-wheeler, you're not chasing cattle with it. Why don't you bring some hay out on it? Because if the first experience of the four-wheeler is being chased around the pasture, the cattle are likely to be afraid of the four-wheeler. And I've seen some very bad problems where you have cattle that have been handled exclusively on horseback, and when they get into an auction barn or they get into a slaughter plant, they now have a 50-foot flight zone to the man on foot, and that can be really dangerous in a small pen. You can have cattle where when you're riding horseback, they've got maybe a 5-foot flight zone. You get them in a small pen with a person on foot, which they're not accustomed to, you now have a 50-foot flight zone.
That was Dr. Temple Grandin with the late Howard Hale. That's going to do it for the Cattleman's Corner. Thanks again for listening, and may God bless. I'm Brian Hale.